Hey guys, welcome to my channel AI Simplified. In today's video, we will be talking about my recent interview experience at Sopra Steria for the position of junior consultant for the data science profile. As you can see on my screen, I have the screenshot of the job posting where the requirements are very good degree in economics, computer science, mathematics, some previous knowledge about data science, outstanding communication, presentation skills, passionate about learning new skills, and good knowledge of German and English. The position is located in Germany. That's why there is a mandatory requirement for German, and consulting means flexibility, so I have to travel uh, to the customer location and yeah, project situation. And then let's move on to the interview process. So the round first one was HR round, and I get the notification for this HR round within 2 to 3 weeks after the submission of my application on the Sopra Steria website. The time was like 30 to 45 minutes for this interview, and yeah, and then the first part was introduction. So first the HR introduced themselves, and then there is a introduction about the company Sopra Steria. Then they talked about the team and what different projects are there. This whole part lasted for about 10 minutes. Then the part was about me, so I went through my CV, and yeah, and then they asked some questions like what was my motivation for X jobs, where I want to be in the future, and use some questions related to my CV. Then there is other section in which the questions are more about like what did I work in the part time, how did I approach my task, what kind of awards did I get. So I have mentioned some awards on my CV, which problems I have worked on in the past, about my online courses, whether these courses are private or work related. And then they asked me to explain one of my open source project. Then they ask me my area of interest, which is specific topics in the field of data science I want to work on, and last criticism and you how deal with it. So that's around is more like behavior, like questions, and the past experience, or the questions are normally from the my CV. And the overall, then there is like this part my task to turn to ask questions, and in this there was more discussion like yeah, that whether there is a German requirement, what is my current level, if there is a remote work possibility, when is the start date. So I asked few questions, and like then my overall impression is like it was a really good round. The HR was very calm and not cutting in between, and they're explaining everything in detail. So my overall impression is like 5 out of 5 stars. Then the round two is case study round. Here the time was 45 to 60 minutes, and it started with the introduction. So there was one manager and a consultant from the company, and they introduced themselves. They took my introduction, and after that we continued. So they sent me a mail with a case study which consists of two Excel files, and the Excel file consists of data sheets, graphs, and yeah, and you can for example, I can have a similar case study would be bike rental, where I have like different graphs and something, and I have graph of like per month bike rentals and something like this. And the whole idea was to do my logic solving, like to test my logic solving. And I have to read the graphs, understand the trend, and answer some questions. So like the question would be normally like how rain affected bike renting, so like this. So yeah, the real case study was confidential, so I just created a example for you guys, and this is how it was. That the questions are related to all this data set that they have provided, where there are different data, graphs and everything, and they ask you some questions about it. Then there was my turn to ask like questions, and it went like I have some things prepared already, like what is the tech stack that I would be working on if I join the company. Yeah. And my impression is like they are like really patient and very helpful. If I'm stuck somewhere, then they ask me some questions and try to give me some hints. So yeah, I can answer them, and my impression is like 5 out of 5 here as well. Then the round three is the manager round. So there are the time was like 45 to 60 minutes, and there are three people from the company. One is the hiring manager, reporting manager, and head of data science. And yeah, and we first had the introduction round. Then I gave my introduction. Then they asked some questions like my about my task, and if I'm an image native person and can I work on my own, if I'm willing to travel or not, for this profile, as it's a consultant profile and I have to travel. And it was my turn to ask questions, and I don't have any. So yeah, the last one was like my impression was really good because these people are like really on good positions and they are giving me time, and they are very smiling, very joyful. And even though they are in such a big position, they have already so much on their schedule, but they none of them is in a hurry to just finish. And the response was very fast. After I completed this round, within 2 to 3 hours I got the call that I am accepted for the position. Yeah. And yeah, this is my whole review of the process with Sopra Steria. And then the upcoming content on this channel will be data science interview question series, which I think will be very useful to many people applying for data science job. And then recently I had another interview with Enter 26 company, and which I will be posting soon. Please subscribe to my channel and give a thumbs up if you like this content. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching.